Well, hello everyone. I don't know which episode is this one, but I'm finishing Time Mark 5. This is the last watcher that I will do, and I will show you one map clear after that as well. I will show you how I adjusted the build that we've copied in the last episode, and that will be it. So yeah, that was the watcher. Really quick, just to show you, I have no pact spirits regarding damage. These pact spirits just allow me to move faster, so I can run faster through the map. So if you would feel like you are struggling with damage, just slot in damage pact spirits to the current setup. Regarding the farming tree, once you get to time mark 5, this should be what you have before time mark 5, so 2, 4, 6, 7 points in flame sands, then 7 points in embers, and is it 8 points? 8 points in netherrealm resonance. That's the general really early farming tree, so you get enough materials to upgrade your gear, because most of the gear you have on you right now is crafted. And once you reach time mark 5, I prefer to put all the points to War Talent Constellation for the chance to spawn Statue of War at the start of the map, which allows you to move through the map really fast. I will run time mark 6 just because I just finished time mark 5. Let's run one time mark 6 map. Let's do this real quick, just for a showcase. I managed to drop a memory. I will remove it as well because that's a random drop that you might not have yet. So this is time mark 6 clear, really quick, really smooth. I just continued with the build that I showed you in the last video pretty much. And it is crazy good so far. I hope it will stay that way, but so far for the progression it is really smooth and really fast.
The barrel's too hot right now.
I will show you some alternatives to get more damage, more single target damage as well. So yeah, let's go over the build right now. So the build with the current mapping setup without pact spirits and without the hero memory deals around, I believe, 20 million DPS. It would be like this. Now, if you really don't have any pact spirits, that's the damage that you could expect. If you feel like you need more damage for bosses, like you are struggling, which you've seen it, I did not. So I believe no one can struggle really. You can swap this talent into this one for bosses. That will double your damage pretty much. Let's check it here. Okay, not double, but there is like 10%. It is like almost 50% more damage than without it. So yeah, that's a possible swap for more damage. If you get lucky enough and you drop the last memory, you just slot it in like this and choose the top talent, because it gives you 20% additional damage dealt by projectile skills. We do not care much about the rest because the projectiles fly around the screen, so we don't need the extra clear the talent provides, but the 20% additional damage is huge. Later on, once we start utilizing deflection stacks, I'll be most likely swapping into this one because that's more additional projectile damage. And in case when I do not have deflection stacks, it also provides you with some damage reduction with the second half. So yeah, I think this one is stronger, but we'll see later on. For clear, Evil Ouroboros from the first talent. For single target, Impending Doom is huge with the 46% additional ranged attack horizontal projectile damage. Oh, it's attack. It doesn't affect the... Okay, never mind. Ignore this one for this build. We are taking the top one every time. Yeah. Evil Ouroboros all the way. There's no other choice. Yeah. Oh, that's for the possible things that you can get. Gear-wise, I have 2 wands. Any that add spell damage or fire damage, elemental damage to spells works. Put whatever beneficial mods that you can on the items, on all the items. It doesn't really matter much because we will swap them really quickly as we progress further.
Ready to hit the road.
The build already has enough damage to enter Time Mark 7 easily, and in Time Mark 7 we will start swapping gear around more. So yeah, 2 wands with high energy, then rings with resistances and some damage, resistances and damage. On boots you want, if possible, gain energy shield and energy shield plus damage or stat like intelligence, strength or dexterity. And in the suffixes I would prefer to get movement speed, but it is not cheap to craft and I'm swapping the gear so often that it is not worth spending on crafting on these pieces. So just put whatever increases your stats, so anything other than minion damage pretty much, and damage over time stuff. Armor, energy shield, stat and resistances. Helmet, energy shield, stat, resistances, possibly more crit, more energy shield as well. For the gloves, I'm rocking ice poles. They drop from the fire region boss, for example. I'm using these specifically because they give me +1 max charges, and they give me spell damage as well. Those are the most important stats on these. You can do rare gloves just as easily. If you find a pair with high energy, just slot it in, roll energy shield and resistances, and you should be good to go with no issues. Amulet, I got this in the story, I believe, and I still have it. It still works. So yeah, but if you drop anything with stats, it will most likely be stronger than this. For belt, this one is nice because it scales area damage into it scales area effect into area damage, and we actually explode monsters, I believe, or the skill explodes or has area attack. Yeah, it has area attack, so all the area modifiers impact the damage of the skill. So this belt is a damage increase. It also has resistances, so that helps with survivability. But yeah, any rare belt would work as well. Really easy to gear up until Time Mark 8, I believe. We'll see. So that's the gear. Skill wise, I swapped the... what was it? It was Fixate. I like more consistent buffs. So I swapped Fixate for Mana Boil because that one is always up, no matter what, unless you run out of mana, which you shouldn't with all the mana reduction cost nodes we have in the tree. So yeah, Mana Boil is always up, 17% additional damage for pretty much no cost, just the slot. Movement skill stayed the same. I changed the links in Chromatic Shot a little bit. The guy used Elemental Fusion, which is a huge additional elemental damage multiplier, but it prevents you from inflicting any of those elements, which we will utilize later. But yeah, I like to freeze monsters from time to time, and whenever I kill frostbitten monsters, The Ice Pulse also reduces cooldown on my mobility skill, so it helps me traverse through the map a little bit faster. So yeah, I swapped that one out and put Control Spell in. And as the last link, I chose Grudge because that provides you with additional damage multiplier against cursed enemies, which when they stay close together and they are in the range of your Timid Curse, they are cursed, so that's almost always there. And whenever you hit a cursed enemy, you have chance to paralyze it, which is another additional 15% additional damage multiplier. So yeah, that's a huge boost. Especially against bosses, because there's 22 here and then another 15 on top, so it's even stronger than Control Spell. The rest stay the same. Timid Curse stay the same. I have the Hypermetabolism here now, which I have enough energy for that finally. So I have charges on bosses as well, which it wasn't needed yet so far. So yeah, but sometimes I get hit, so I keep that just as my emergency button. For auras, Spell Amp with Aura Amplification and Restraint, Precise Projectiles, Aura Amplification, Restraint, and then Swiftness for mobility, and Rejuvenation for some source of regen, because I do not have enough reservation to get anything else. If you cannot reserve some of them, just add more sealed mana compensation there, and you should be good to go. This is the least important aura, so I would restrain there, and I keep aura amplification here. If you would want to run something more like impactful for damage, you could swap a few points in the tree. I will show them in a bit, and you could swap the aura for I think Fire Magus would be the best one here. Fire Magus or Thunder Magus. This one would increase your cast speed, so the tangles would proc more often, and this one would increase your critical strike chance, so you would crit more often, basically. So yeah, one of these two, whichever you prefer. For now, I would keep the Swiftness, and I will swap the Rejuvenation out once I feel the need for more damage. Now, for the passive tree, this one stayed the same, 24 points, no change. Elementalist, also the same, no change there. Marksman, also the same. And in Lich, instead of getting more damage here, I decided to put more points into cooldown reduction and max charges, so I can blink more often, so I get 12.5 more cooldown recovery speed, just so I can blink more often. And on top here, this, I do not have any extra energy yet. Energy in that case means the stat here, so every 50 energy you have above, not used, increases your damage through that talent there, this one. For every 5 remaining energy, you get 1% extra damage up to 50. So yeah, that's additional damage multiplier, which is huge. But I prefer to get more auras and get through the maps faster. And for that, for now, I need Off the Beaten Track, which also provides me with +4 support skill levels, which increases the support skill levels on your main skill and empower skills as well, not only the passive ones. So yeah, this one works wonders. To get more auras in, the only thing I would need to slot more points into would be these points down here. So instead of the cooldown, you could spend points into these sealed mana compensation nodes and slowly get into the state where you might even be able to drop off the beaten track, run 2 auras, and pick Indifference later on we'll see how it goes. Statue of the God. Whatever you drop that increases energy shield, cast speed, damage. It doesn't really matter that much for now until it is fully open and we can utilize it fully. So yeah, this is my setup for now. Energy shield, cast speed, dexterity and intelligence. Double stats are always great because our main skill scales with all of the stats. So this is nice to have. And max energy shield again. Do not copy, just whatever you drop and you feel might help you. Like this one is really nice as well. Provides you with a little bit of regen. So you can recover your energy field and life. Yeah. I believe that's it. The next update will be from Time Mark 7 Traveler with build code as well. Thanks everyone for watching. I will see you in the next. Bye.